Let me ask you, have you seen the news on the government's failure to strike a budget? Would you expect to be paid if you failed as miserably as our governmental leaders? Recently, a few politicians tried to assure that no one in Congress get paid, though they were blocked from doing such by the 27th Amendment. The Constitution of the United States provides that the congressional leaders shall be paid compensation for their services. However, in 1789, an amendment to the Constitution was proposed that stated no law varying the compensation for the services of the senators or representatives shall take effect until an election of the representatives shall have intervened. In 1992, this amendment was ratified by Congress and became law. For over 200 years prior to the amendment being ratified, the government was able to provide a budget and be fiscally responsible. Since that time frame, there have been 3 failures to do their job correctly. The first time was in 1995. Just 3 years after this loophole allowed their pay to be insured. Federal employees were furloughed until a budget could be passed, though Congress failed to act and took a vacation. They took a vacation while people were not working and not being paid. The only federal government employees that were receiving their pay at this time were our country's leaders. The American public cried in outrage that this could happen, many feeling their elected representatives had let them down. 4 months after a budget was supposed to be passed, they finally came together and settled the budget. One would think that this would have settled the issue, though it took until 2008 for problems to arise again. As a global fiscal crisis emerged, governmental leaders poured billions of dollars into companies to keep the economy from collapsing. That brings us to the last time a budget was passed, in 2009. Since then, 2 fiscal breakdowns have happened. The debt ceiling having to be adjusted in 2011 and the fiscal cliff of 2013. Still, by January of 2013, it was 1,350 days since a budget was passed. And in the midst of this, Congress allowed themselves to receive their $900 a month pay raise. This is all leading to the sequestration of the government, which will harm the economy in our country. While I am speaking, the deadline draws near, and thousands of people with jobs in the federal government, or jobs tied to the government, wonder if they will have a job soon. The only government employees that will still receive their pay will be our country's leaders. As I said earlier, a few responsible elected officials tried to stop pay for our leaders, though they were blocked by the 27th Amendment. If our leaders are failing to do their job, why should they be paid? As those we elect are working for us, the people, it is up to us to tell them how to do their job. It is in this that I implore you to write your congressman and tell them to do their job. While you're at it, please tell them to rescind the 27th Amendment to ensure that they always do their job. Thank you, and have a good day.